Evening, everyone. Welcome to Canfield High School's auditorium for tonight's winter concert featuring performances by the Canfield High School Concert and Symphonic Bands. I'm Jerry Ricciuti, and I have the pleasure of being the voice, serving as the voice of the Canfield Band program. Tonight's program is extremely special for music education, and not just the Canfield local school district, but in districts all across the country. March has officially been designated by the National Association for Music Education for the observance of Music in Our Schools Month. It's the time of year when music education becomes the focus all across the country. Music in Our Schools Month began as a single statewide celebration in 1973 and has grown over the decades to encompass first a day, then a week. Then in 1985, it became a month-long celebration to raise awareness about music. The purpose of Music in Our Schools Month helps raise the importance of music education for all children and to remind everyone of us that school is where children should have access to teachers to bring their music programs to the attention of the school and the community and to display the benefits that school music brings to students of all ages. The celebration continues to grow with each passing year, reaching more and more students, teachers, musicians, and music supporters. Schools and communities across the country and overseas celebrate Music in Our Schools Month with concerts and other activities based on each year's theme. Classrooms, concert halls, civic buildings, clubs, parks, libraries, and shopping malls are just a few examples of some of the arenas with which the public can observe the processes and the results of music education. And with all of that, we now begin our concert this evening with the Canfield High School Concert Band under the direction of Anthony Bonamace. The concert band now will begin this evening's performance with a march by American composer and YSU Dana School of Music alumnus Roland Seitz. This tuneful march was written and published in 1914, and even though it's not very widely known, it showcases Seitz's mastery for composing marches. We hope you enjoy March Salutation. The concert band's next selection is a beautiful and exciting work by Chris Bernotis. Known for its lighthouses and beautiful beaches, thousands of tourists each year visit Delaware's Cape Haploman. On the Cape, musically captures this beautiful landscape and the playful feel of a family vacation on one of those lovely beaches. The piece begins with a reflective sentiment before venturing off to the light and energetic section. Bits of familiar sea shanty Drunken Sailor make a brief appearance before the brighter theme reappears, bringing the piece to an exciting finish. Now, before the concert band performs its final selection for you this evening, please join me in a nice round of applause as we wish these fine musicians good luck at the OMEA District 5 Band Contest that's this coming Friday evening at Howland High School. Chimney Rock Celebration is an exciting work composed by Robert Sheldon and written to commemorate the Nebraska sesquicentennial while honoring the pioneers who helped develop the American West. This piece takes inspiration from Chimney Rock, which is a distinctive and prominent geological rock formation in western Nebraska. It's one of the most famous landmarks along the Oregon, California, and Mormon trails used by the pioneers during the Great Migration West. The journey was fraught with perils, and many perished before they were able to reach that destination. But the courage and determination of those brave Americans helped shape our nation, and their character and bravery has become embedded in the following.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do something just a little bit different that's not listed in your program tonight. We're going to feature two ensembles this evening. The first is going to be one of our percussion ensembles, which on March 21st is going to go down and perform at YSU. They were invited to the YSU Wind and Percussion Invitational, and we showcased one at the Pasta Dinner, so we want to give the other group a chance to showcase their talents here. So they're going to be performing saber dance. And then a collection of our symphonic band trombones are going to come up, and they're going to perform Russian Sailors. So this is a quartet that they have been working on for quite some time now with Mr. Bercoli. So they're going to come up and they're going to perform that. So just bear with us for a few minutes here while we get the ensemble set up, and then we transition over to the symphonic band portion of our program. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just about ready to go here. So, like I said a moment ago, this is one of our 3 percussion ensembles that's going to be going down to Youngstown State University on March 21st and performing for the YSU Percussion Ensemble and the YSU Percussion Teacher, and they're going to receive feedback and other things very similar to solo and ensemble. I just feel it's so important to recognize this guy right here, Mr. Dylan Colat, who is our outstanding percussion instructor. Yes, he deserves a round of applause. If you have a student on our drumline or involved in our percussion program, you know how awesome Dylan is. And for those of you that probably don't have students involved in our percussion program, you also know how awesome Dylan is. And this is just one of those extra things to showcase his students. Every single one of the students you see on this stage here are students, are private lesson students of Dylan, and they're outstanding. All of our percussionists are outstanding, and it's owed all to Dylan. So Dylan, if you're ready to go, we're gonna have saber dance now here for you today, folks. Excuse me. So now the next group we're going to feature are some members of our symphonic band trombone section. All four of these students study with Mr. Thomas Bercoli, who is our low brass instructor and works with our low brass students in grades 5 through 12. And he gave them this piece several weeks ago and was like, we need to keep playing in an ensemble, which is very good for the students to play in small groups and kind of coach themselves. So this is pretty much been coached by Mr. Bercoli a little bit, but for the most part, over the past couple of days, I've seen these students really work together and come together to put together this ensemble, which is Russian Sailors Dance. So while they get set up here, we hope you enjoy. All right, now we're going to bring the symphonic band up on stage here, so just give us another couple of seconds, and we'll warm them up and get them ready to go with their concert program. Shh, so quietly, please, symphonic band.
And we continue our performances this evening with the Canfield High School Symphonic Band under the direction of Anthony Bonames. While John Philip Sousa is synonymous with the patriotic spirit of America, Nobles of the Mystic Shrine reveals a more fraternal and exotic side of the March King. Written in 1923, this work represents a fascinating departure from his strictly military masterpieces like The Stars and Stripes Forever. Instead, it captures the Roaring Twenties fascination with Near Eastern aesthetics, blending traditional American band textures with the rhythmic drive of Turkish music. The march's history is as grand as it sounds. In 1922, Sousa was invited to join the ancient Arabic order of the Nobles of the Mystic Shrine, better known as the Shriners. Following his invitation, he was asked to compose a new march for the 1923 Shriners National Convention in Washington, D.C. The premiere was a spectacle of massive proportions with a monster band of close to 6,200 Shriners at Griffith Baseball Stadium, heading at what remains today one of the largest ensembles conducted by a single person. To mark the occasion, the usually formal Sousa continually traded his conductor's cap for a red fez. To evolve the atmosphere, Sousa utilized the B flat minor key for the opening strains and incorporated Isiri percussion, specifically with trombone or tambourines and triangles, to create a shimmering, jingling texture. Today, the Nobles of the Mystic Shrine remain one of the Sousa's most frequently performed and beloved marches, standing as a testament to the versatility of his devotion to fraternal brotherhood. We hope you enjoy this spirited journey through the Mystic Shrine. A festival prelude was composed in 1952 to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Tri-State Music Festival in Enid, Oklahoma. At the time, Alfred Reed was already a rising star in the world of band music, but this composition helped solidify the reputation he had for creating standard literature that was as rewarding for the performers as it was for the audience. This piece premiered at the festival with a massive honor band composed of students from across the region, and since its debut, it's become a staple for opening concerts and festivals worldwide, prized for its ability to transform a concert hall into a space of regal celebration. Today, it remains as a standard piece of band literature and continues to inspire both performances and audiences alike.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Music in Our Schools Month concert. I just have a few short things I would like to say before the symphonic band performs their final selection of the night. The first thing I have to do is I have to send out some thank yous to all the people who made this concert tonight possible. The first is our outstanding band and music staff that we have here in the Canfield Local School District. Specifically, I have to shout out, I do at every concert because he means so much to me and he means so much to our program, but specifically because of Mr. James Volnick and all of his hard work with our 5 through 8 students. That is where their journey begins. And without him and his dedication, none of what you see on stage tonight would be possible. So let's have a round of applause for our music staff here at Canfield. The second goes out to our outstanding band paraprofessional staff. These are the individuals that work one-on-one and pull your students out of class, work with sectionals, and work tirelessly to make sure that our students receive the best instrumental music education they can get, and to make sure that the Canfield bands remain as one of the top ensembles, not just in our area, but in our state. So how about a round of applause for our outstanding music staff tonight? Next is our outstanding and supportive administration and Board of Education that we have here in the Canfield Local School District. Their tireless effort and drive is one of the reasons the Canfield Local Schools is one of the top school districts in the state, and why we are able to offer such a high-level educational experience to our students. So how about a round of applause for our administrators? The fourth set of thank yous goes out to all of our outstanding band boosters. These parents are the ones who put in countless volunteer hours to keep our bands successful. From fundraisers to Friday night football games, without their help, we would not be able to perform as successfully as we do, and I am very grateful for them. And I want to encourage everybody, if you are not involved, please consider getting involved in whatever way best suits you. We have a large number of volunteer opportunities in our booster program, and we would love to see you at one of our monthly meetings. But however you're able to get involved with our booster program, we would greatly appreciate that. Before I give my final thank you, I'd like to call out Mr. Ricciuti. I'd like him to come out here for us tonight. So, as many of you know, Jerry has been our announcer for how many years would this be? About 13 or 14 years. And as many of you know, he recently retired from 27 WKBN as a reporter, but don't worry, he's told me that he's not going anywhere, and he just signed a new contract for an obscene amount of money, folks, all right? So do not worry, but Jerry will be back next year with the Canfield Band, but I think we owe him a round of applause and a congratulations on his retirement. The final thank you tonight is from me to you. I want to thank you, the families, and my outstanding students for their hard work and their drive. They are what keep music alive in our school, folks. And you, the parents, are the ones that keep it alive on the home front. And you are really the reason our program is as successful as it is. Without you, the supportive families, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, without your constant support, none of what you see would be possible. And I'm extremely grateful for both you and for my students. So I just want to say thank you and offer you a round of applause, folks. And then finally, we're going to turn things back over to Mr. Ricciuti, and he's going to introduce our final selection of the night. Thank you all for coming again.
If there's one piece of music that defines the high-spirited, slightly chaotic energy of the 19th century Paris, it's Jacques Offenbach's Overture to Orpheus in the Underworld. While the title suggests a somber Greek tragedy, the music tells a very different story, one of satire, scandal, and the most famous high-kicking dance in history. While Offenbach premiered his opera Buffon in 1858, it was a bold, witty challenge to the self-serious traditions of the Paris opera. In the original Greek myth, Orpheus is a devoted husband who descends into the underworld to rescue his wife, Eurydice. In Offenbach's irreverent version, however, the couple can't stand each other. Orpheus is a mediocre violin player, and Eurydice is thrilled to be kidnapped by Pluto, the king of the underworld. The overture performed today is a brilliant compilation of the show's best tunes, originally arranged by Carl Binder for the work's Vienna premiere and then later transcribed for the concert band by Clark McAllister. It acts as a musical roller coaster, moving through several distinct moods to give the audience a sneak peek at the catchy melodies that come together. The piece has 4 distinct things that listen for. The first comes with a grand opening, which both stately and dramatically calls attention to the playful mocking of the serious tragic operas of the day. The second section features a more pastoral feel and features a beautiful lyrical solos passed through the ensemble. Those moments represent the mock romance of the story, showcasing Offenbach's gift for elegant, soaring melodies. Then we come to what's referred to as the stormy midsection. The music picks up speed and agitation, signaling a frantic descent into the underworld. Then we have the grand finale of the overture, which concludes with the world-famous infernal gallop. Though originally written to depict the gods and spirits of hell dancing wildly, it became forever known as the music of the can-can. It is a breathless, frantic sprint to the finish line that never fails to bring down the house. The enduring appeal of this overture lies in its infectious joy. Offenbach proved that classical music doesn't always have to be performed in a temple of silence. It can be irreverent, loud, and incredibly fun. It remains a celebration of the theater's power to poke fun at authority while keeping everyone's toes tapping. We hope you enjoy our performance of Orpheus in the Underworld.